We did it. What? Seriously? What's wrong with this? Who's doing the setup on this? How you doing, Campbell?
I'm doing good. You?
I'm pretty good. How was your morning this morning? Anything interesting happen to you?
I saved a chicken's life.
You saved a chicken's life?
Yeah, I woke up to, the and, I look out my window and our dog has, the school's chicken in its mouth. And so, I get the chicken out of its mouth and I take it back to the, chicken coop. And the door is open and there are like 5 other chickens roaming around. And so I had to put those guys back in too.
So that was your morning. Removing a chicken from a dog's mouth. Is the chicken okay?
Yeah, the chicken's fine.
Chicken's fine, Campbell says. Let's start some Code Rush music here. Let's get right into it with a little thing we like to call...
What happened last time?
So what happened last time, Campbell? What do you remember that we did and talked about? I'll get the game up started so we can...
Last time we changed a line of code so that when we dropped blocks, it would drop a stack of 1, a stack of 2, stack of 3.
And then reset at the next level, and we made it so that it wouldn't drop it if we were too close to the edge.
Yeah.
So when we were right off the edge, that would start, and so it drops 2 down, indicating it's level 2, 3 blocks here, indicating we're on level 3. Then it starts incrementing them. It's also making the size of the track longer. That was code we had before. One of the changes I want to do here, Campbell, actually pretty quickly, I think, is notice these are all coming down in tall stacks.
Yeah.
I want to change that up a little bit. I want to make it so that it drops a wall we've got to kind of jump over, right? Instead of something so sometimes we have to move around it like this, and sometimes we've got to jump over it, just to make it a little more chaotic.
You know what's really crazy? Your game looks totally different from mine just because I have the cheeseburgers and I decorated the player.
That's right. It looks totally different, but they're essentially the same game. It's like this idea of kind of being in different skins. Oh, Campbell, what's that? Look out, Campbell, look out! Ocular Malice is in the house. Hey, Ocular Malice, that was your fanfare, buddy. Hope you liked it. Scared me. I'm got chills now. All right. Yeah, I kind of want to do it. I want to make it flip. He says, nice. Well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, welcome, Ocular Malice. That'll go anytime I'm doing a Code Rush show and you jump in and say hello. So you want to come, let everybody know you're here, you can go do that. If you want, by the way, if you ever want to come in secretly, silently, you can come in with a text message that starts with an open square brace, like this. Hold on a second. Like that. And that's how you can get past the fanfare mechanism if you want to. So yeah, I want them to come down and I want them to turn it sideways. And it's a pretty fast change is the way I see it in my mind. You okay if I make that real quick, Campbell, before we start? So let's go look at that. And it's going to be a little bit... Let's see, I've got, what is it? It's in game logic, I think. We've got a method in here, I think, called drop. Oops, here, let's use the Code Rush find symbol. Drop block stack or something like that. Drop, get it spelled right. Drop stack block. Drop blocks if needed. Drop rectangular array of blocks. Okay. And here's where we have the width and the height are determined, right here. Here's what I think I want to do. I want to do this. I want to create a variable called for width. So I'm going to type in VI to create a variable type integer. I'll call this width. And I'll set it equal to stack width, like that. And I'll shift enter on this to duplicate the line.
Stack height.
And create stack height. Then I'm going to use these two here and here. Here and here. Okay, so far no
So that
changes,
we can
right?
set it equal to stack width plus something or no?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say if new random. Oh, look out!
Surly Dad is in the house.
How you doing, Surly Dab? Mr. Natsugai says, Drat, we almost made a show without him. We all really only just started, so I don't think Mr. Natsugai really has a sense of how long the show's been going. Ocular Malice is out here too. You missed Ocular Malice's fanfare, I think, Surly Dab. Did you see it? It's pretty good. Yeah, here it is. I'll play it for you right now manually. Here it comes. Look out, Campbell. Look out! Look out up there! Look out! Gotta be careful, Campbell. Look out! Those things look like a little bit maliceful. There it is right there. That's Ocular Malice. Okay, so I'm going to say new random, like this. And then is that right or not? I've been using random in like primarily TypeScript all this time. I'm not seeing what I'm expecting to see here.
I think it's like a random 1 to 6 or something.
Declare
1
this
to
local.
something.
Give me a second here. It's going to create a new random. What's wrong here? Does it need a seed? Unity Engine random and system.random. Let's take a look at what's in Unity Engine.random. Haven't worked with that yet. And then do we have a random, what's going on, a method on random? If we do, like I'm looking for like a, no. We do not. Use Unity, Ocular Malice says. But I've no method on random that I'm expecting to, that's expecting to be useful. If I hit Control Space on here, I just have these options right here. What does that mean? Why is that like seemingly so hard to, random.next? Oh. By the way, if you ever want to do this, Ocular Malice, do this. If you ever want to get my attention, start it with, do something like this. Hold on a second, I'll show you. Start it with bang mark like that. And that guy will get my attention if I'm totally missing it. Okay. All right, so we're going to say unity.random.next. Nice. That's easier to use. So watch this, Campbell. If unity.random.net, wait. I'm still not seeing it. Range returns a random float. Well, that can certainly work. Do they have a max or something like that? They don't. What's value?
No, it does. Float
Returns a random number between 0 and 1. Perfect. That's what I want. Sorry, range not next. My bad. Yeah, also value looks good too. So I'm going to, this value returns a number between 0 and 1. Got it? So I'm going to say, hey, if it's greater than 0.5, right? What do you think of?
Kind of like a true or false.
Yeah.
Because you have two things.
It's a 50-50 shot. It's like flipping a coin. What do you think? What do you think the code's going to look like here?
Then, stack width equals, level count. Or width.
I'm going to do kind of, here you're kind of close. Here's what I want to do.
And
Width is equal to stack height.
And stack height.
And height. I'm not going to ever change stack height and stack width. I'm only changing the locals. I created those locals because I knew I wanted to kind of play around with them a little bit. See what I'm doing? So now we're going to swap the aspect ratio.
And then also return or an else.
No, I don't think I need to return. I think I just need to swap. And it's going to randomly swap it. You see it?
Oh.
Because these width and height are what's used for how many X's and how many Y's.
Yeah. Could you send me that code?
Yeah, you bet. I can send you that code. Let me just copy that to the clipboard. Let me switch over to your machine over here. Let me bring up that. And we're in drop rectangular array of blocks. So what you can do is you can hit the hit the num enter key if you want to find it quickly.
Or we find
Or you just scroll up and visually find it. It's going to have 2 for loops in it. I think it's down near the bottom. For me, it's on line 211. There it is, right there. So we're going to take that. I got it because it's on the clipboard. And I'm just going to, whoops. I'm going to hit paste. Like that. So it's a little bit bigger method, but we're
That's no
swapping the
problem.
aspect ratio is what we're doing.
Okay, I wonder, does it work?
You want to try it on yours? So
That one we will never
half the
know.
time we're expecting the block to be tall when we get to a new level.
Yeah,
and
so
half the
that's
time-
tall.
There you
This
go.
is wide.
And then they kind of work towards a square.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you get more and more, yeah, I love this. See what I'm talking about? You don't know whether you're gonna have to jump or swerve until you see the blocks.
And I like that you can also, or at least sometimes, swerve around the ones that you're supposed to jump over. It's kind of fun.
Sure. Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think?
I love it.
All right, I just had an idea. You're keeping like a Google Doc of our ideas, right?
Oh yeah, of our at least our bug.
Yeah, my idea is that we pre-calculate the drop, and we drop from much further away, so that we see them coming. And if maybe we're fast enough, we could even get underneath them. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
So right now we're dropping, when we drop the blocks, we see a wall of hamburgers suddenly appear out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I want to drop them further away from the player so we see them kind of come down from higher up in the sky. So now we can rush to get underneath them if we're fast enough. You seem like you're focused on something else. What are you thinking about? What are you doing?
I'm ready.
Oh, you are? Okay. Ocular Malice says, I like Campbell's version better than Mark's. Just saying, yeah, we know, it's better. It's not a competition. I've been saying that ever since. No, I've been saying it's not a competition for how long? Since you started getting better than me. That's about the time I started bringing up that was really the important thing.
Yeah, this is it.
So what do we got? Game over bug. We are saying game over even if we're still on the track.
Oh yeah, so what's happening is, I think it's if we get there at like just as the clock strikes 0, it says game over even if we get onto the next track.
Yes, and we want to fix that.
And then our extra time button.
Yeah, it's not a competition, says Surly Dev.
What's the next?
When Campbell is in the lead, that's important. You know, Surly
I
Dev
was like,
also
I feel
says,
like
stop the count, don't count the votes. Ocular Malice says, count the burgers. Count all the burgers. I don't have any burgers. I got 0. I got 0 burgers, kids.
Yeah, so our extra time bug is we're getting the wrong amount of extra time because we're not adding it to the next time that we have.
Right.
So we're getting like negative extra time for the next one.
Do you want to go after that one next? You want to take on that bug
Yeah,
right
sure.
now?
I think that one's easier.
Well, we're going to show that. Take a look at it. We were looking at this just before we started. Campbell was like, I think I know why we're having this problem or where it's happening.
And I think that is it.
That's a
That's a
bug.
bug.
All right. Can you get the code up to where we're calculating the...
Extra time.
we're figuring extra time out. Do you want to actually demonstrate the bug first so we can see it?
Sure. Okay.
I'm not
Is
seeing...
my
wait,
mouse on your screen? Oh no. Sorry.
wait, hold on. For some reason... Oh, I know why. We've got... There we go. Here's your screen. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your mouse was on my screen, but now you're good to go. All right, so
So,
notice the countdown
Right
time.
here, it will show us what the extra time is, and right here. So the first level is fine, right? So our extra time was about 5 seconds.
5 seconds we added
Now look,
to our...
we should have 15 seconds of extra time, but down here it only says 10 because last time we got 5 seconds.
There's a miscalculation for future levels. Now it says we only have 5 seconds extra. So there's an issue there with the calculation is what's happening. What we're looking for is that as we end each level, the time we're ahead gets added then to the amount of time we need for the next level. So whatever we pass it in, so if we have 23 seconds on the clock when we go off the edge, that means the next level we have that much time plus 23 seconds. So here we should have extra time of 21 seconds, but it says only 7. So there's a calculation error in that code.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good sign that once we've, done the task we're supposed to do, you keep wanting to play, wanting to play the game. I think that's good. So let's go look at the code where that calculates extra time.
Code.
And I think I've figured that out. By the way, you can use the coders. There you go.
Yeah,
look for extra.
Extra time.
Extra time is not found. Try this. Tap Control. I want to just see, is everything being searched for? That looks like everything is being searched for. I'm not seeing extra time in there. Let's find it manually and let's go take a look at it. Extra time right there. So is it not finding locals? We are setting
extra time up here.
May not. I don't think it's finding locals. Can we try one more time? I just want to see. Bring up the code rush, jump to symbol. Hit the tap Control. I want to see, is local in the list? Maybe it's not. Members, access. Yeah, no locals are in there. All right. The burgers were Campbell's idea because he's brilliant, says Ocular Malice. There's no contention for me. There's no disagreement for me. But I want you to remind you, Ocular Malice, it is not a competition. Okay? It is not. Wait till I'm brilliant, then ask me if it's competition. And no comments on how long you might have to wait for that to occur. All right. So here's our extra time. And what we're doing is we're taking how many seconds per lap minus the lap time. The problem is the seconds per lap is correct on the first one. How many seconds do we need? But on the next one, it's not. So my extra time, if you look right here, end time on line 96, I figure out what my end time is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have anything. Where's my end time? My end time is going to be good coming back in. Here's what I want to do. On line, go up to line 88 and add a line. And let's create a new integer or new float variable. Let's create a new float here. Yeah. Math is hard. Well, at least for Mark, says Ocular Malice. Yeah, it is. It's hard for me, man. I'm not hiding that. I'm not ashamed. Sometimes it gets hard. Float. Let's create this. Let's call this seconds to complete this lap.
Is this going to be private?
It doesn't. It's a local variable, so there's no scope. It's by default. It's more private than private. It can only be seen inside the method. It can only be seen, in fact, inside these braces here on line 88 and line 93. Seconds to complete, and that's good. This lap.
Second to complete this lap.
Or the last lap. Seconds to complete the last lap, or something like that.
And then are we going to set it equal to anything?
Yes, we are going to set it equal to something. So we know our end time. We're calculating that. We've calculated that from the last time on line 97. So it's going to be end time minus something.
End time minus.
What do you think? Seconds to complete this lap was the end time, the time we had to complete the lap, minus what? Shirley says, pretty sure they wouldn't be marks because they're not keto. Not with the buns. That's right. Ocular Malice says, there should be a gluten-free version. Still not keto. Too many carbs for me. End time minus what, Campbell? To know how much time is between 2 points, we have to take the end point and subtract the start point.
Oh, so time.time.
Well, time is the current time, but the seconds to complete this lap was the start of this last lap. And it's in a variable called, it's on screen, it's on line 85.
Start time. Lap time. Lap start time.
Which of those do you think it is? What'd you say?
Slap start time.
Try it. Okay, now that we have seconds to complete this lap, where do we want to use it on line 90? So now we know the real seconds to complete the lap. It was the end time
Would it
minus
be
the
just
start time.
here?
Yeah, right there. Try it. Give it a... Replace that and run it and see if that fixes it.
Control S.
I think there's a shot that's going to fix that. All right, so look at the, let me turn off the music so we can see in the bottom left corner there. Extra time was 15 seconds. Let's see, it should be about 25 seconds. Extra time was 30 seconds. That seems like it's higher. It should be whatever that number is there when we go off the edge. 59?
Okay, we have a minute to complete the lap now. I think this is a little weird because it's not even giving us a single decimal.
Hold on, going off the edge. It's 67. It's going 75. It's like it's adding something to it each time. Let's go look at our code again.
But what?
It's adding like about 8 seconds or something each time, and I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from.
No.
Oh, hold on. Seconds to complete this lap. I wanted to replace only, hit undo where you are there on line 90.
Control Z.
Seconds, we got to subtract the lap time from it. Seconds to
Oh.
complete this lap minus the lap time. So think about that. If I have 10 seconds to complete the lap and my lap time is 8 seconds, my extra time is going to be 10 minus 8 or 2 seconds. Try that. I think that's going to work. Okay, so when he goes off the edge, whatever number's up there should be shown down below in the bottom left corner
where the
as the
error
extra
messages
time.
go.
So here we go. Extra time should be about 5. What? Extra time is 15.
That makes 0 sense. Yeah, it's adding about 5 seconds.
Hold on, let's see what's going on when we go off this edge.
Yep.
45. Yeah, it's still
about
adding.
5
Did you
seconds.
save? Let's go check to make sure it's
Pretty
saved.
sure I saved.
Let's go check.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, good. I love it when that happens.
Yeah, that's the best because it's super easy to fix.
Yeah, it sure is. All right, one more time. When you go off the edge, we're looking for the number up there to match the number reported down there.
Yes.
Okay, so it's about 5.
5.
There you go, 5 seconds. Good. Now going off the edge.
About 14, yeah.
Perfect. All right, so now we're good. Now we're accumulating this extra time. So in the early levels, if we do really well, we can earn extra time for later. Now, I still want to do something where when we earn extra time, that we see that in a visual way. And I kind of want to see the letters come out of our guy and shoot up and move up in that direction, like plus 5 seconds.
And then when it hits, it adds it?
Maybe, yeah. We could do something like that eventually. We could also we don't have to make it add it later. We can just have that kind of animate up. All right, you want to go back to skeletal animation? Let's go to our list in Google Docs. Did we fix a bug?
I don't have everything. I just have, oh wait.
But I think we just fixed a bug.
Yeah,
the extra time bug is
the
fixed.
extra time bug, so.
Okay. We got a game over bug. We got a game over bug. Today I want to go look at animation a little bit. Fixed.
Animation.
Let's play with animation for just a second. Is that okay if we do that?
We can work for a while on that, actually.
All right, so let's go look at animation then. Let's go find the skeleton, tap to next reference in the code.
Okay.
That worked.
All right. Oh, I wanted to refactor this. I think we lost internet yesterday. Let's look at this. See this line of code? Look at this line of code. I'm going to copy this so we can paste it right underneath there. See that?
They're the same, yeah, so we extracted the method. I feel like we already did this.
I feel like we did it as well, but I think we did it on your machine, not mine. And then I gave you, give you my code this morning.
Yeah.
Here's an article on how to add damage text above your player. Let's switch over to my machine so we can see it here. How to make damage text pop-ups. Sweet. By using objects to share the global coordinates that the rest of your game is in, but preserves the flexibility of working with a text processing engine. Cool. There's a video.
16 minutes.
Hey guys, Wintermute here, and today
Oh,
we'll
wow.
be creating.
Campbell's like an expert. He goes right in. He's like 16 minutes. I was thinking, oh, we just see it for a second. All right, we're going to take a look at this later, I think is what we'll do, Campbell.
Yeah.
Will you do this for maybe next Friday's show? Is that cool? So when we go off, we're going to have text come up from the player because our eyes are on the player,
Yeah.
right? And we'll have that kind of move up towards, animate up towards where the time is. So we can see that. Okay? Cool? I think we'll also work on sounds next week. Would you like that? Is that cool? Adding game sounds.
I feel like with music, it's just going to be amazing.
I think it's going to take it to the next level, right? Add some music, add some sound effects. Okay, let's do this. Can we refactor this? Can you extract one of these lines of code to its own method?
Control dot. And this is place skeleton.
Sure. Place skeleton at end of track or something like that.
Yeah. Oopsies. At end of track.
Okay, cool. Let's copy that line of code, line 68, and replace line 60 with it.
Oh wait, that's not the problem.
You just need parens there. There you go. Good job. Okay. Now, on line 70, this is where we're calling the animations, the skeleton controller that Ocular Malice gave us. Right there, we're calling attack on it.
Yes.
I want to do something a little bit different here. And let me show you what I want to do. I want to come in and I want to say, I think I want to do this. I want to choose from a couple different options. One of the options we have is attack. One of the options we have, one of the animations is, remember I'm going to hit H here and then 0 so that I see only the ones in the class, right? What other ones do we want to do? Maybe stand. We could have a stand animation. Why not? Let's see what else we've got in there.
Skill. We have run, knockback, death, because when
Yeah, I don't want to do, let's try skill as one. I don't want to do death. I want to kind of save that. And I think I want to save knockback as well. Run is fun. Run would be really
Run is
fun
fun.
with him running right at us, right? If we could have some consequences associated with that guy stepping on us or running into his feet, like we just stop, that would be very cool, right? And then we could have that, you know, that's actually something I reached out to you, Ocular Malice, on early this morning, but I did not check to see if you responded to me yet on that. But I was asking,
what kind of collider would we add to it?
yeah, how can we add a collider to the skeleton so we can detect if we run into it? I tried playing with it and I wasn't able to get what I wanted there. I wasn't able to see that. So I've got stand. Do I have stand already? Oops, I got stand already. Let's see what other ones. Damage.
That's the one where he goes.
And then he's got walk his hand. But we got these 4 right here. So now what I can do is I can do something like this. I can say VI to get an integer, and I can say random number is equal to Unity Engine dot random dot what was it that we were getting? We were getting value. Remember, that gives me a number between 0 and 1.
Yeah, and then are you gonna, so that he randomly either does damage, scale, attacks?
Well, I'm going to multiply it by actually 4. Or you know what I'll do? I think there's the range. I'll just use the built-in range that's in there, right? There's a range method, and it's got, we have 2 overloads. One that takes the integers. Perfect. So I'll go 0, comma, the max value
4.
between min and so notice what it says here. It says it returns a
Int
random
min
integer
and int
between min
max.
inclusive and max exclusive. Do you know what those words mean?
I do kind of,
Tell me what you would.
but I don't think I know in this context.
So okay, inclusive means kind of to what?
To like include something, I guess.
Yeah, and exclusive means what?
To like discard something. Or
Discard
exclude
something
it.
or exclude something. Yes, exactly. So in terms of the numbers coming back, what do you think we might get? You think we'll get a 0 maybe?
Oh. No.
You say no?
Wait. Yes, we'll get a 0, but we won't get a 4
Because why?
because it's excluded.
So we're going to get numbers
Exclusive.
0, 1, 2, or 3.
Yes.
Okay, that's 4 numbers. So now that we have that, we should be able to come in here, do a switch on the random number, and if it's 0, we can say controller.attack.
Attack.
I can take this block right here, I can duplicate it, change that to a 1, come down here, and this
And
one's
then
going to be
do
stand, like that.
And then
shift
scale.
enter. By the way, if I shift enter to duplicate again, I don't have to reselect. If
This
I've
is
al-
genius.
Yeah.
Look, it's predicting your every move.
Uh-oh. Look out, though. Look out! Look out! Go. Come on, Pudding.
You got pudding all over the keyboard.
It's on my keyboard, too. Come on. Pudding wants to say, yay, Pudding. But Pudding, we have disabled all of the speech bubbles on this show. I don't have them here. There's a little bit of a technical hurdle to make them work here because I've got other things shut down. So that's not working. Sorry about that. It works on the regular Code Rush show, but not on this one. And you're right. It went through and looks like it suggested those. Looks like it got at least some of them right.
Yep, it got all of them.
Cool. And so just save it. And now we should see a different animation when we put them up there based on the random kind of thing. Sometimes it would be attack. Sometimes it would be stand. Sometimes it will be...
Yep,
there's the attack. We've always seen that one, I
Stand
think.
is this right now, I think.
Let's see if we see
Uh-oh,
something different
it's
now.
just stopped. That's
Nice.
damage.
Yeah, so we're seeing something a little bit different each time.
That was damage. It might do the same number twice.
Yeah, because it's only got 4 choices there.
Yeah. What?
Oh, 3 in a row.
3
That's not good.
times. Something's wrong.
Could be something wrong in our mouth.
Also, why is he stopping? Oh, maybe it's just the animation doesn't last that
Yeah,
long.
that doesn't
Yep,
look good at
4
all.
times.
That looks totally unlikely to be the case. He's only going to do the 1, then I think the animation stops. It doesn't repeat. The animation defaults back to idle after playing the animation you switched to. Okay.
Wait, no, look, he didn't do the damage this time.
Oh, you're right. He didn't.
It might not be a problem.
Maybe. Maybe there's a problem with my math, though, too. Can we go back and double check that code?
It totally should work.
The range is 0 to 4. Yeah. We're specifying an integer range. It should. I feel like that should totally work. We thought, what was it doing the most of? It was the damage.
Damage, yeah.
Number 3.
Or, yeah, damage.
I think it may have just been, because it's random.
Luck.
What'd you say?
I think it might have just been, like, that was what happened.
Maybe, yeah. Let's see what happens.
This is just standing.
All right.
That was damage. That was damage again. That was attack. That's just idle. We haven't seen any skill, I think. Oh.
Okay, Bill says you don't need a rigid body for that. Just use a mesh collider on the skeleton model.
I
Yes?
I
Yes?
saw that component earlier and I was like, what is that?
All right.
But
So-
I think I know what it is now, based on what you said and what it sounds like. I think it creates a collider on every part that's rendered.
Wait, is this the model or is it its child? Can we go look in the child of this? I'm just not sure. Open that up. Because you've got this thing that looks like it's meant to be called model. I'm wondering if it's here that we added.
Maybe.
When he says Campbell knows it all. When you're that age, you know everything. It's really that.
Yeah, I saw this component and I was like, what does that do?
All right, so now hold on a second, though. Wait, that's not. I don't think that's enough. We need to. Let me read you what else Bill says.
Yeah, we can.
He says rigid bodies are for applying motion physics to objects, but the collider will prevent the player from passing. Or you can click the trigger checkbox and the collider will let things pass, but still fire the event. He says just use a mesh collider on the skeleton model, then use the on trigger entered call. Tag the player with the player tag, then you can compare it in the code if the player hits the model. Okay, so that's kind of the suggestion there. That means to get an on-triggered entered call, we need a script for the skeleton, which I think we may already have attached
Yeah, we
to
have.
it. That's the animation script. We could use that one.
Wait, we do?
I think we do. Do we?
We have skeleton controller, but that's not attached to the skeleton.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, wait, no, it is.
It is. Okay, so we could put it in the skeleton controller. Probably a good idea. So we've got the mesh collider. Is it here or there? I don't know is the question. So Bill, if you see the answer to that, if that's clear to you, the question is, do we put the collider on the model or on the skeleton that owns the model? You can say go ahead and yes. You can be serious for that. So in here we want an on trigger entered call is what we want. So we're going to create a method.
Enter.
Yeah, let's put it up in there at the top or the bottom. Put it in one of those two
I'll
places.
do it at the top. On trigger enter.
Yeah, wait. Just get to an empty line and use the M template to get the method.
Oopsies.
So you don't have to type in everything else. You're going to want to go up one line. There you go. M space. On trigger
enter.
entered is what I think it's called, and I think it starts with an uppercase letter.
Control space. Why am I not getting intelligence?
Well, because you're declaring the method. It doesn't know for sure what you want to do, so you're going to have to type it all in. You can create a CodeRush template for this, too. If you want to. Wait, it's entered ED. Ends with an ED, I think. Okay. You know what I want to do here? Just give me expand the DL template down inside the braces there. And let's say, and just drop a marker here, go up to on trigger entered, hit copy, hit escape and then paste.
Wait, hit what? Sorry.
Up arrow twice, Control C to copy, escape, and then paste. No, escape first. Undo that. Escape, and then paste. If you did hit escape and it didn't move you out of the way, it was probably because there was a selection. It was clearing off the selection. So I just want to see if we get here. On trigger, it's on trigger. On trigger enter is fired when the collider is hit. On trigger enter is fired when while the object is inside the collider. Oh, so you want enter is what you want. Campbell knew it and I didn't, but it's not a competition. I want to remind everybody. Yeah, Surly wants to say, That's what Surly wants to say. All right, on trigger enter. Change that debug log so it's consistent at least. So on trigger enter there. And then let's run it and see if we see that debug message when we go into it. Collider has to be a trigger for the on. Wait. Trigger enter to keep firing. What's the thought bubble thing? The thought bubble thing is not coming in, Surly, on this show. I shut all those down.
I really like these thought bubble things.
Check the console log. What did you say? You really like the bubbles?
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is I can't really get the thought bubbles up without you putting a whole bunch of stuff also on and loading it all up. I suppose I could actually do it if it was really, really important to everyone. Is it important to you, Campbell? Do you want me to do it?
If it's too much for you, though.
Yeah, I don't have a thing for Campbell either. It's not that it's too much. It's like kind of a big distraction. I need to think about how I want to do it because like, yeah, I just have to think about it. I have to make a KidzCode specific kind of way to implement it is what I need to do. All right, did we get any debug enter? Did you check the console log, Campbell? There was nothing?
Nada.
Okay, can we go up to the mesh that we've added? So it says, let's stay on track today. Ocular Mouse says, on collision enters when one collider hits another rigid body collider. Okay, cool. All right, we put the mesh collider. Do we need to check is trigger at all? Convex is trigger.
Let's just try it. I think what harm can it do?
Run into that foot.
All I need to do is send a missile into it.
Oh, that's true. Nothing seems to be happening. Okay, so stop the game. Let's go back and make another change. It could be, too, that we need to put it on skeleton, not the model. Wait, you turned it off? Oh, you turned off the other one, the one below. Nope. Missiles are just going right through it. Okay, let's go back, make another change. Do you have a rigid body collider on your player? Yeah, we do. Let's double check that. Let's go to the player.
Box collider and a rigid body.
Yep, we do.
What about the missile prototype? No, that's not that.
Missile prototype? Go check that. I think that's got one too. Let's go look at missile prototype up at the top. Rigid body and a capsule collider. So that has both of those as well. Let's go back to skeleton. So the question is, do we put it on the skeleton, which I'm not sure is a game object, or do we put it on the model right below it, over there?
This is a game object, I'm pretty sure.
This is where we've got it now. Did we try convex and is trigger on this game object, Campbell?
Wait, did we try? Oh, wait, no, we did not.
He said
check
on the
that.
model. So Ocular Malice says on the model.
Oh, okay.
Killer!
Yep, on the model. I'm with you. Let's try it. Okay, so let's change. Those are just passing right through. Let's go back to the model, Campbell. Try again. Remove the mesh collider from here. So right there. Do you agree with that, Ocular Malice? I think we tried this and nothing happened. We didn't set any material or mesh. Do we need to wait? What about mesh?
This
That looks
wasn't
like it might be
saved.
important.
This was not saved.
Okay.
Sorry, that's totally my bad.
All right. That's okay. That happens sometimes. Let's try that. And you've got it so we can see the console log? We need to see the we need to see the console
You
log.
can. It should appear right here.
Oh, okay. So we're expecting to see it. All right. Can you get back out and we can look at the console log? All right, let's do a couple things. Switch over to your machine. Let's switch over to your code on your machine.
Is it that we're never?
Yeah, but now your script on trigger enter won't fire because it's not attached to an object with a collider.
It does have a collider.
Oh, yes, he's right. It's attached to the skeleton, not the model.
Oh,
The skeleton has the skeleton controller, but we need a new script with the model. That's what we need. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's definitely something that I think is a clue to maybe getting this working. We'll call this skeleton model script or something like that. Skeleton mesh script. Okay.
Where'd it go?
So we want to take that on trigger enter. Don't say reload.
Preparing solution.
SorelyDev says, Campbell, if you want to see how much better your game is than games in the 80s and 90s, have a look at Old Timey Computer Show. Let's see what that looks like. Switch back over to my machine for a second here. What? What? What is going on? Source is 480p? Oh my gosh. I don't even, what is going on? Where's my bar to advance this? I can't seem to advance this time. Wow. That's really funny. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Surly. Says this is a bad example. An hour ago, they were showing games that games show that aired in the UK in the 80s and 90s. Okay, it's probably better to attach it to your player script. Yeah, let's look at that, Camel. Well, you've got a skeleton model. We're gonna go. I think we can do this too. I think we can live in this space right here for at least now. That might still be on the clipboard. Okay. All right. Save. Let's see if we can see it. Why don't we do it so your game's not maximized when we play, so we can see that console log?
We can.
And get that console so we can see it. Click on the console window. There you go.
No, we didn't get it.
Nothing. Can you shoot a missile through it? All right, let's go take a look. I think Ocular Malice's suggestion
About
you
giving it to the player properties script?
putting it on the player might be interesting. I do kind of want to just play with this for a second though. Go back and click on model, or do you mind if I grab control for a second? I just want to explore this a little bit. So there's our mesh collider on model. We don't have the script here. I thought we put the script here. Where's the script that we created?
Oh.
We need to drag it in. That would be important. All right, now we have a shot at this thing working. Let me save it.
We'll wait. Before we do that,
Yep.
let's just go to the console. Now play.
And run it. What'd you say?
We should be getting something.
Not getting anything still. We just got our lap time and our extra time calculation. Okay, let's go back. Let's undo it. Let's keep exploring. So sometimes, Kimmel, you mind? I'm going to move my mouse onto your screen. Is that cool if I take over for a sec? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. All right. So sometimes when this happens, I'll just try to explore as many things as I can to see if I can find out and understand why. Is kind of what I'll do. Try to make as many changes. There's the skeleton model. Let's go.
But
Also,
only one at a time.
What'd you say?
Only one at a time, or else.
One change at a time?
Yeah, you might not know what set it off.
Sure. On trigger enter. I also want to just to make sure, I'm going to come in and I'm going to, you move the mouse? Don't do that, buddy. I want to come in here and type in this in Unity and just make sure I've got it spread correctly. Looks like we've got a problem in that it's looking for a parameter. that could be why we're having a problem. Okay, let's try that. Okay, save it. Run. Nothing. No trigger enter. All right, let's try one more thing. Let's go on to, we have on our player, I'm pretty sure we have an on trigger enter already on the player. Let's see if we're seeing it there when we run into it. It's going to be in our player properties here. Right here. I have an OTE, like this. Do it a little bit more. I don't have it in, I don't have on trigger enter in player properties. Let's add it. I do have on collision enter though. So I'm going to add, wait, watch the mouse, Kimmel.
Oh, sorry.
All right. I'm going to add on trigger enter right here. Do a debug log for something hit our player. With that. Triggers only work when is trigger selected, or you can use on collision enter. Yeah, well, we did select it. If we look over here, we did select on the model right there. We select is trigger. We had to select convex, which I think means it's kind of contained, internally contained, and it was that. That's the only option we selected right there. I'm going to throw out on collision enter, and I'm going to throw that, put that over in our skeleton model as well. So we're going to have another one here. I'm just looking for something, Campbell, to give us an indication that something is going on here. So on collision enter in our skeleton model. This, and I'm just kind of showing where each debug line is coming from so that we can clearly see that when they come out, if they do come out. So I think everything's saved. All right, go ahead and try and play it now. Message parameter has to be of type collider. Looks like on trigger enter's got a problem. Can you stop it?
Yeah.
Let's go take a look at that. Choose reload. Where's the problem? Go back and double get to the right spot. Can you go, wait, can you go back? I'm not sure if you're double clicking or how are you getting to, when you double click that, it takes us here.
It takes us here, I think. This is
Can I see the message again? So it has to be
we have two, and they're different.
on trigger enter. Okay.
This message.
So premise would be type collider. So change it to collider. So go ahead, Campbell, go switch back over. Change the type of the parameter from collision to collider.
Okay.
Meanwhile, here's Campbell over here. It's not the variable name doesn't make that much of a difference. Oh, in fact, hold on. Undo this. Undo this, Campbell.
For me?
Yeah. This doesn't. I don't think this is a problem because this is code that already worked.
Oh, sorry. Oopsies. That's the wrong one that I was changing. Collider.
I want to see example code for this to see which one. Whoops, right there, I already had it. On trigger enter takes the collider. No, you were on the right path right there, Campbell.
It's this one that I have to change.
Yeah, that's the main one. The other one you can do, yeah. Save that
But
now.
I'm also just gonna
Sure.
Control S.
see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Okay, console log is cleared. Nothing happening when the missile's going in. Let's see what happens when we go in.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing.
This is a lot harder than it seemed like it would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure if hard is the right description, but it's hard to discover what the right way to do this is. All right, Ocular Malice says, check out the chart on this page. Collision detection occurs and messages are sent upon collision. So what do we have? We have a mesh collider. I don't see a mesh collider anywhere in this list. Let me do a, let's do a search. I'm going to come in and say Unity Mesh Collider not working. See what we get. They tried everything.
Did you though?
Maybe. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy. Forgot to mention I'm not using Vibe. Look at the Mesh Collider. There's a property called Mesh.
Yeah, there is. I just didn't know what to add to it.
This guy's angry. Says, do you think that for 4 hours? 6 actually. I didn't see that option. The thing is that my enemy is animated. That mesh doesn't fit. There's no mesh I can put on that option.
Exactly.
Wait. There's a mesh option
Yeah, come
for the Mesh Collider? Can we go back and see that? Oh.
And so I clicked that, but I don't know which one of these to add to.
Aha. I think the mesh depends on what the animation is.
What? But none of these are an animation.
I think they are actually.
Is this an animation?
Yeah, I think that's the guy. Object 2 is looking at the guy from the side. You're seeing a side view of the object from above and to the side. That's the skeleton.
What is the skeleton?
That, I think, is the deal. Okay, so I think that means is depending on what animation, we have to choose a different animation there. That's what I believe is the case. Look at, here, widen it out. Drag BIP001 to the mesh property. Ocular Malice says, watch what happens when you select it. Look at right behind your hat. You can't quite see it, but look at the file name right that I'm pointing at. See, it says skeleton at walk.
Okay.
Right? Now,
so we're going to have to change this via code.
But look at what Ocular Malice just said. Ocular Malice just says drag BIP001. It's right underneath model. See that? It's the mesh. That's the one you want. Drag that into mesh. That's what Ocular Malice says. Let's see. Oh no, it's saying no, won't take it. You get it? You won't accept it, apparently.
Also, we would have seen it in this.
Looks like that's not an option. We got to choose. So let's do this. This one is what? What's the animation? Let's pick an idle animation, and let's make sure we're animating him in an idle way.
Wait, Dad. I think that what we can do. Okay, so listen. In the code, we can use the code that says the random number and then gives it the random animation.
Yeah.
And then we could use that same random number and do the get component call.
Yes, we could. Before we do that, I want to try something. Ocular Malice says try object 01. Object 01 is the skeleton. Object 02 is the sword. So try that skeleton. That also is cool. That means we can get a sword collision as well, right? As you get close, you can swing the sword down. So yeah, no, it says try object 2. But all of these we looked at. Can you resize this so our viewers can see the text that's right now behind you? Move it up and just take the bottom of it and drag it up a little bit. Take the bottom, there you go. So look right there. So there's a bunch of object 2 choices we have. One is walk.fbx.
One is stand.
Skill. Knockback. So we have a whole bunch of them. Check all of them. Are they all individual animations? Idle, death, damage, attack. And then
no,
the last two here.
And then,
Run.
Run and walk. Oh no, wait.
And
This is skin.
whoa,
What is
skin.
skin?
Let's try that one.
Ooh, wait.
Can we try it?
Wait,
Can we
that
run?
was skin. That was skin. This is skin.
Let's see what happens. Can we try running and see if we get any messages? Bring up the console, run the game. And if not,
I think this is it. This is right.
if not, we'll come back and do walk or idle. Shoot something into it. Like already I'm expecting on trigger enter. It's working. And I want you to note, I just want you to don't shoot anything into it. Just run your body into it. Run your player into it.
That work?
I'm looking for the messages. Something hit our player. Perfect.
I feel like I stopped.
Okay, that's working. Ocular Malice, thanks for your help with that.
Thank you so much.
All right, Campbell, let's review what we had to do to make this work because we tried a lot of things and it's good to help us retain if we practice the one that worked again. Can you tell everybody what we did and how to make it work? Maybe even undo it and retrace your steps. We just
We added
created
the mesh collider to the model.
Yes.
And then we added the skin to the mesh.
Yeah.
And then in the code we did an on trigger enter call.
Yeah. So now we've got a couple of these going. We've got this one we know is hitting.
Yeah. So
Something hit our player. I don't think we need to do anything with that. Let's go ahead and we can delete that line of code or comment it out if you want.
delete.
Okay. Let's go back to the skeleton model.
We know that this one's working too.
Something hit. Now, what should happen when the player hits the skeleton model?
It should stop.
And then what? Just stop? Maybe bounce back. What should happen? Just stop? And then you just
know,
gotta hit
bounce
the
back,
left
I
or
think.
then what's the player do? Just hit the left or right to move around it? Maybe at the very least it should stop all forward motion. But left and right motion should still be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. I don't know.
Well, imagine it. And once you've imagined something that feels right, we'll write it. Oh yeah, Ocular Malice has a great suggestion. He says, "Don't make it a trigger, otherwise your player will pass through it, and instead use on collision enter." Is what I think we.
Yeah, on collision.
I think what we want to do is turn off triggering now on it and see what happens. We might bounce off. We might not have to do anything. Wait, can I show you a faster way to do this? Can I show you a faster way to do all that? Watch this. Let me have the mouse here on your machine a second. You just select. Here, we'll do this. You get here, you use selection increase. Whoops. Selection increase. Like that. And then just hit the slash key once. I'll let you do it on your machine. See it? Hit it again. Hit slash again once you got that selection. See it? Faster.
Way faster.
Okay? All right. Let's go back to the Unity and let's turn off the trigger checkbox and see if we just bounce. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm not sure what convex is.
Me neither.
I'm going to research that while you see if you bounce. Tell me if you bounce or not.
Okay.
See if what happens to...
We do bounce when we hit the
oh,
square.
yeah. It looks like even...
Wait, it levitates.
Uh-oh.
I don't think that's a good thing.
You're right. That's definitely not a good thing. That's mesh is giant.
Huh.
I didn't like the feel of that at all. I'm wondering if we...
Wait, let me do that again.
If we switch back and said, let's make him only idle.
A little bit confused. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yep, see, that's the game over bug. Even though we made it to the next track. But
Convex mesh colliders are limited to about 255 triangles. Can we use, gosh, it would be great if we could just use his feet and sword. Yeah, I think his mesh collider is big, Campbell, on this guy. So, what's interesting, let's go back and turn trigger on. I want to see when, I don't want you to fire any missiles. I just want to look for that one. Let's see. Well, did you turn off convex as well?
yeah, I did.
Okay, just aim for a foot. And oh, I don't see the console log. I need to see console log for this test. I want to see if we have the same experience with
It worked,
this.
something in our player.
No, but I want to see when. I want to see if it happens when we go in the foot. You need to re-enable the on-trigger enter code, right? That's right, we do, don't we? Let's go back to on-trigger enter. Then we have to re-enable that code, Campbell. The code we commented out. Re-enable. All right. Now what I want to do is save it. Did you save it? Save also. You've got player properties that's not
Oops.
saved either. All right.
Oops. Save all.
Good. Now what I want you to do is just don't shoot any missiles. Just aim right for the foot. And I want to see when on trigger enter it comes in. And I'm hoping on trigger enter skeleton model. Oh no, wait, that's something else. That was another object that flew past it. That was the hamburger. Aim right for the foot. Skeleton model.
What? What
I
is
think you
it?
slowed down too much. Try it again. Don't go up against the wall. Aim right for it. There's the hamburger hitting the skeleton model. All right. Yeah, that's us hitting it. So it's big is what it looks like. All right, let's turn it off. Stop the game a second. Let me have the mouse a second. I want to do something real quick. Let's turn off his trigger here and just play it and watch down in the lower left here. So a whole bunch of those things hitting. Now we're just coming up to the foot. What's happening? Oh yeah, I'm just totally hitting it right there. So yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. The skeleton model's mesh looks to be big, at least when we're using this object too, which is the skin, right?
Yeah.
Watch this. Let's try one of these animations here.
Idle.
Let's find idle. And let's also make sure he's in the idle when we're doing it. See if it's any more specific. There's idle right there. So we're going to choose idle. And...
Oh, wait, we might want to change the code.
oh yeah, I want to change the code. Let's change the code so we have always selecting idle. That's, I think, in game logic right here. Which
But we
is
have
idle.
stand. We have stand,
You
not
think
idle.
stand is the same as idle?
No, it's not.
I didn't see an idle on this that I saw. Is there one idle? There's no idle. I think stand might be idle.
Stand is not the same thing.
Yeah, it just plays at stand. All right. Use the player tag on the name player game object. Then in your trigger collider, you can check if the collider is equal to the player. You can also use tags on the hamburgers with a different tag. Yeah, no, I got that, Ocular Mouse. The problem I have is that the mesh is giant, and I want to know when we enter the foot, not when we enter this giant space of the skeleton. Now, this could be useful though for triggering animations, though, Campbell. Right? If we get in close, then he does the attack, right? Like that.
Oh wait, this is it works because it's when we hit the first where his sword is. Bam.
You could kind of do that. So we're going to just call controller stand here.
Wait, before you do anything, can I try one thing?
Yeah, I just want to see if we're any. Well, I'm still in the middle of trying my one thing, which is see if we can hit the foot. But I can stop that if you want to try something quickly between now and then.
Yeah, it's really quick. Sorry.
We need to call something.
Trigger enter.
We can't do it here because we need to. You don't have controller here. What you need to do is you need to go get game logic and make a call into game logic.
Yay! Okay.
Okay, so this is not as quick as you wanted it to be. Give it a second. Oh, there's no idle method. Then why isn't there an idle skin? No, there is an idle skin. Oh, okay, hold on. That's important information. Dr. Lamalus just said. Dr. Lamalus says idle is the default animation plays and what is played when other animations finish. There's no idle method. So here's what I want to do. Back over in game logic. In game logic, instead of doing what's called a stand, I want to make no calls to it. And we can just comment that out as well. All right. So I just want to do that. So now we should be doing idle by default. Let's now play. And we can go ahead and turn triggering on, I suppose. Let's see. Again, I want to see when do we see if I hit that.
This looks like stand to me, right? That's idle. I don't think you're hitting it.
I'm looking for player hit. I'm not seeing the player hit. Hold on. Good. Oh, skeleton model not saved. Let's save that. What's the name of the player?
Player.
Other dots. What is it? Collision contact? What is the
Mesh collider.
player's name is player? Passcoding? Yeah. Let's go look at what's happening in power-up behavior. There we go. That's how we're determining if it's the player. Right there. Let's make this a little bit easier. Right here. Let's take this, extract this into an own method, and we're going to call it isPlayer, like that. And I'm going to take this, actually move this into game logic. So we've got one place where we can put this. One place where we make this call. It's private. I'm going to make it public. So we've got this call to isPlayer. We can pass in a collider to it, is what we can do. And then back over here, we're going to make sure it knows the call we want to make is inside game logic. So now we have that, and then that means we can now go over into our skeleton model and do the same thing, right? We have this on trigger enter, go over here, we can say, hey, if it's the player, then we just can write down here, player just hit skeleton. Like that. On collision enter, I'm going to comment out that debug log right there. What other ones are we sending out? Other, sorry. Like that. Debug log, we just hit the player. That's in our power up. Let me comment this one out too. And this one should now, we should go, see this is the same code as we had before, right? You see this, Campbell?
Yeah.
In logic.isPlayer. I'm just going to do that. And we're going to pass in, well, I want to do game I want to pass in the game object is what I want to do. I want to change this. I want to revise this up a bit. isPlayer. isPlayer is going to take a game object. All right. Object name is brittle and unreliable. Mark just keeps on coding though. Then you have player 1 and player 2. Go to multiplayer. Yeah. I got it. I'm going to work on that. At least you can change game logic as player to always use a tag. That's kind of where we're looking. We're moving towards that right now. Chill with us, guys. Everybody chill. So we're going to say some object.game object like that. It is the player right there. And now we have this. So we want to use something called tags. You can create player as a prefab, I think, and then it's created player.
I know about tags.
Where's my sound alert go? I was thinking the same thing, Pudding. I didn't hear a sound alert for you, and I'm not sure why not. What is needed to make that work? I'm going to make a note to myself to look into this. I owe you a sound alert, my friend. I have a feeling that there's an overlay that's not active on the KidzCode stream that normally would be active on the Coder stream, is what I feel is the problem. All right, let me make a note to myself. Resumed sound not heard on KidzCode show. Okay, so let's talk about tags.
Wait.
What do you want to do, Campbell? Because everybody's talking about how the code I wrote is brittle, and we need to improve it using the tags. But go ahead. Oh, right there, you're showing me.
I think so.
Did you make these tags?
What? I didn't make any tags.
Okay,
I
you've
just
already
know
got a
about
player
tags.
tag up there. Let's go back. There was one already in the list. You don't have to make a new one.
Oh. Where?
Look at that tag. Go to see the list. Do the drop down. Nope, not there. Right next to the word tag. There you go. The drop down that says untagged. See the word player?
Player.
Okay, good. Try exporting your game to iPhone 4, hoping it works. Using instantiate and destroy way too much. I don't know about that, Ocular Malice. I don't know of another way to do it. Yeah, Ocular Malice says Unity creates the basic tags most people need, like player, main camera, etc. So now what we want to do is check to see if the tag is the player. Not sure how to do it, but I bet it's a property of some object. So can we do, let me see if we find something here. Dot, is there a tag? It's a string. I'm going to try that.
Miller.
And let's see if the game still works. Can you test it first, Campbell? See if you find any problems. Object pooling is my friend. I'm not sure what you mean, Ocular Malice, on that. I think that we are instantiating because we're instantiating all of these objects that we're creating, right? Tell me about object pooling. It's not my friend if I don't know it, and I don't like meeting new people.
Wait a minute. Player did not
Tell me
just
if you're
hit
finding any
restart.
problems with the game. Like can you blow up? Does the game look like it's still working?
Does it? Yes. I think so. Uh-oh. It said the player just hit the skeleton. One player never hit the skeleton.
I'm reading about object pooling now. You can create 100 hamburgers when the game starts and then just disable them from the pool during runtime. I don't know if I like that because we're creating a lot of these.
And that's a lot of code.
What's a lot of code to
Doing
do the
that.
pool?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure about that. Move them around as you need them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold on it yet. What happens if I want to have only like? Who's that guy? Who's that? Play Creations is here. Everybody calm down now. Play Creations is here. Keep calm down. You can also reskin and modify behaviors dynamically if your code allows for it. Now we all know I don't bring calm. Okay. I will consider that as a direction for us to research and learn more about. I'm not entirely sold on it because I might have, in one moment 1,000 hamburgers, and another moment 1,000 ice cream cones, and another moment 1,000 pizzas or boxes of French fries or whatever like that, right? Game dev is the only thing I did as a pro dev, so please listen. Okay, Pudding, you can reskin me. All right, Pudding. It says reskin, but I'm not necessarily. There's another thing we want to do too.
Wait, what is it?
Which I don't think reskinning is going to allow us to do. But if we go, let me go show on Campbell's machine. Actually, let's switch over to Campbell's machine and go to. Let me show you the burger. I'm talking about this today.
Cheese.
The burger consists of cheese, top bun, patty, and bottom bun. French fries, a box of French fries might be the box and all the French fries inside. What we want to do is when you hit them, we want to take these guys and instantiate, essentially clone these, and create new broken apart objects that fly out into space. That's what we want to do. The beauty of object pooling is you create all that when you start the game, but during the game you don't have to create them. Enable disable from the pool, saves memory, frame rates, etc. Yeah, I still am going to need to create more than what's in the pool. I guess what I'm saying is, look, in one level, if I've got 1,000 hamburgers, in the next level I've got 1,000 French fries, and they're all composed of different models and objects inside of them, right? Doesn't it make more sense to just instantiate? Kimball, is this conversation making you nuts?
Huh?
I'm hearing you singing while I'm talking.
No,
and I'm like, oh man, we're just going off.
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, you can bring us in. You tell us, man. You say, hey, Dad, can we do something fun? This is not fun for me. Campbell's thinking about how to kick us out.
Do
you want me to kick out Ocular Malice?
No. I feel like if we're gonna have a conversation between you and Pudding, you both need to be able to talk like as fast, equally as fast as each other.
Yeah.
So if we were gonna do that, we would need to bring Pudding on the show. So.
Bring Pudding on the show if we're going to do that. Object pooling immunity. All right, I'm going to read about it, kids. I'll read about it. I will read about it. Yeah, if we had a set number that we knew that we were going to be dealing with, yeah, I would be all over that. But I'm just not quite sure we have that set number. This is the best moment of my life. Campbell wants me to Rory for the show. Yeah, Pudding, you can come in if you want. You can talk with us via Skype if you want. You want to set that up for next show? Reach out to me and we'll do that if you want to help us out. I'm happy to do that. But because it's a kid's show, maybe we shouldn't be talking about object pooling right now. You should all be ashamed of yourselves. You're all bad programmers.
It was you too.
I wasn't doing it. I just got tricked. I'm not doing it anymore. What are we going to do that's fun, Campbell? Campbell, get us back on track. Help us save the kid's show.
Why don't we work on that? Separating it into the pieces when we hit it with the missile.
Okay, you want to do that? We got half an hour. I'm not sure we can do it, but let's try it. So to do that, conceptually, we need to check when the cheeseburger gets hit. Instead of creating new ones, Ocular Malice is just trying to make you a better game developer, Mark. Come on, Ocular Malice. I think you know by now, right? You know. I want to say, Campbell, hit the button.
Disclaimer! Mark doesn't know Jack!
You know that, my friend. All right. All right. Object pooling, I'm thinking about it. Look, it would make a lot of sense if I knew how many we were going to have and it was only like of one type of object. Also, we're at this point where we're not really making a game that we're going to distribute. We're just learning to code. So if it works on our machine and we can push it to the limit and it's fun and all of that, I'm going to back away from best practice and just be like, okay, let's keep it fun and let's learn something. So that's kind of what my point is on that. Stop fighting common sense, Mark. I thought object pooling was putting your toy cars away when you were done going vroom vroom. I think there's an analogy there. All right, my friend Campbell, what are we doing?
We are changing the code.
You want to change the code?
Right?
If you want. We can do that.
to split up the pieces.
So where do we go?
Missile behavior. I tried obstacle logic at first, but then I remembered, no, it's in missile behavior. Then I remembered, no, it's in game logic.
I think we have a method called blow up blocks or something like that, don't we?
We do.
I had Hot Wheels too when I was young. I had a loop-to-loop track.
Blow? Or is it create particle?
There it is right there. It's selected right there for you, I think. It could be create particle too. Let's look at blow up block. What does it do?
It checks to see if the transform local scale, if the scale of the x is less than 1. So I think that's checking to see if it's power up.
No, it's checking to see if it's already been cut in half.
Oh, that's
if it's already smaller. So yeah, this blow up block basically creates 8 blocks for every one.
But we don't want it to do that. Oh, but it's such good code.
Yeah. Pudding says, best moment of my life. Got a clip up here of Campbell asked for Pudding to be Roy. There it is right there. Let's listen in. This is not fun for me. Campbell's thinking about how to kick us out. Yeah. Do you want me to kick out Ocular Malice?
No. I feel like if we're gonna have a conversation between you and Pudding, you both need to be able to talk.
Volume's a little low.
As fast.
That's interesting.
It is?
Yeah.
Wait. I was like, wait, why can't I hear it?
Yeah.
Then I realized if we're gonna do that, we need to bring Pudding on the show.
Bring Pudding on the show if we're going to do that. Optical immunity. Hey, I'm going to crank it up a bit. Can we do something fun? All right. Okay. So we're going to... Rory is the hero we need, but don't deserve. That's true. Where's Rory? Yeah, where is Rory? Okay, let's look at your machine over here, Campbell. So right now, this kind of blow up block, one of the things that's really cool about this though is if you change this to 3, you're going to get 27 blocks. Remember we did that?
Yeah.
It was a little crazy. Okay, blow up block. I think what I want to do is keep it.
Yeah, I really like that code actually.
Let's rename it.
Yeah, maybe let's not do that, because with this code it's universal, so if we wanted to add ice cream or fries or anything.
I think we can make it in a universal way, is what I think we blow up block
just
into
unparent all of the
smaller
objects.
pieces, is what I'm going to say. Smaller pieces. And we could have this be a parameter. Oh, you're singing again. Do we end the show?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You want to go sing? We can do a singing show
No.
on Twitch. No? All
That's
right. Num blocks per side. I'm going to make this be a parameter, but I'm going to default it to 2. So that we can, if we ever want to pass in 3 or something crazy, it'll go nuts and it'll just break it into many pieces.
Uh-oh. Something's wrong.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird. Let's change it to a float instead of it. Like that. Okay, num blocks per side. Is that going to get rid of it? What's my problem now?
It's a
Pushing things
float.
inside to scale. Oh, must be a constant. I see the problem. Okay, there we go. Num blocks per side. So no, we don't need a float. It's an int. Okay, so blow up block in smaller pieces, we have that. Let's try a different one. Let's comment this out. Blow up block into individual parts. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just realized I'm on my machine, not yours. Mark coding on Camel's machine was showing Mark's machine. Thanks, Ocular Malice. I just noticed the same thing. Okay, blow up block into individual parts. We're going to do that. I think it's going to be kind of similar to this right here, is what I think. So it's going to be a static void. And who's calling this, by the way? Is this called from outside? It's called from player properties. And only player properties. All right, so we're good. It's public, but doesn't need to be, is I guess what I was wondering about. Let's take its parameters. We're going to need the gravity center and the game object. Pass those in. Okay? Now, individual parts. So the game object, the question is, how do we find the children of it? I'm hoping for a property called children.
Yeah! Get component in children. We can't do that.
Yeah, what I'm hoping to do, and maybe you guys know how to do this, if you guys know how to do this.
Unparented.
I want to unparent cheese. I want to use this as a clone. I want to find cheese, top bun, patty, and bottom bun, each one of these parts, and find it. Say, hey, are you...
Here, wait. Can I do something really quickly?
Of course.
That's all I wanted to do, because
Perfect.
it goes
No, I
top
love
bun,
it.
cheese, patty, bottom bun.
I love it. That's great. So there's no... The only children here are get components in children.
Which we don't want to do.
Yeah,
Wait, do you remember that line of code that we saw when we were trying to instantiate something and then parent it? It was something like set parent or set transform equal to parent.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see... Yeah, get component in parent, get component in children. But there's... Wait, what's get components? Oh, those are the components. What else do we have in here?
Add component. Broadcast message. That's interesting. I mean, probably
All right,
not
I'm doing a
gonna
search.
use it. But
Let's do a search here. Switch back over to my machine.
parent.
I'm going to say... Unity. Get
Wait a minute.
children.
Pudding. Are you suggesting is object pooling instead of instance? No. That wouldn't make sense.
Oh, this is kind of interesting. Access child of a game object.
Ooh.
Here's another one. How to get a list.
Ooh. We don't want the list though, right?
Components and children transform. Yeah, that's what somebody was suggesting. But I've recently proven this is unreliable and running from the editor. What do we got? For each transform child, and transform child is your child transform. All right, let's try that. So I'm gonna use that for each. Back over to your machine. GameObject.transform for each child. So now that's going to give me the child transform. Then I'm going to say child.gameObject like this. Yep, there you go. Ocular Malice is doing the same thing, and it's got the names like that. So now I want to do this is I want to create a new create particle, and I want to pass in the game object we want to create. The scale vector is just going to be the normal one right there. So there's probably a vector 3 dot 0. Is it 0? No, I want to do a normal. Is what I want.
Wait, why?
Well, I want it to basically be I want it to be equal to 1, 1, 1 is what I'm thinking about right there. Which for me I was thinking was normal, but it is there's got to be something else. There's got to be a vector 3 dot 1 is what there's got to be. Yeah, there we go. Ocular Mouse did the same thing. Excellent. Got 1. That's what I'm looking for right there. So I'm just going to scale it right there. The position vector is going to be...
Ooh, position vector.
Position vectors, we're just getting the current block position, which is there. So some of this code is here. I don't need the scale vector. I don't need those two pieces. We're going to come right up here. We're going to get the game object. We're going to get rid of scale. And we're going to do this. Okay, so we're just getting the block position, and we're setting it to position vector right there. We're going to pass that in here. And then we want gravity center. We're passing in. And now I think that's going to do it. Oh, and then we have to destroy our game object. See this last line of code right there? That might do it. And let's try running it. If that works, that's going to create. Then it'll work with every object we create that's like this, right? We're going to, if we create fries with individual fries, the fries will all blow apart when we hit it. What'd you say?
Hopefully.
Let's see if this works. Fire.
Oh God, what happened? No!
We need to give them properties so that they Archilemalis says you don't need position vector. Just use game object transfer position. It's the same thing. You know, I was thinking that when I was looking at it, and when we created the original one,
It's not blowing them into pieces, it's blowing them into one really big capsule and the hamburger.
yeah, so I got a suggestion on what might be happening there. I'm not sure about the capsules there. What's happening? Oh, the scale. Hold on, I think I know what's happening. The scale's going 1, 1, 1 on all of them. We want to actually use the original object scale, is what we want to do. Give me back to the code, my friend. Give me control. I think we're close. Also, Campbell, I need you to figure out what we need to give them to make them fly and float. Why aren't they floating into the center? What
Wait
do
a
we need? What are we missing on them? So, I'll show you the scale vector.
It's this code. No. Or do we use the block?
Hold on, I want to look at create particle.
And yeah, I think it is. in
Position
KidzCode.
vector.
Yeah, it's in. Hey,
Instantiate
wait.
based on it. I thought I had problems when we call instantiate, where if we pass in the position you want to move the mouse, Campbell.
That's the code that we're missing.
Nope, that's called when we call create particle. We're missing a component on these individual pieces. Something the parent has that it does not.
Well then, let's check. This parent has box collider and a rigid body. That's probably it. None of these have rigid bodies.
So we need to give them rigid bodies for them to float to the sun.
Add component. I think.
No, don't give them now. We're going to do this programmatically. 'Cause if we give them now,
Oh, right, because if we give them
I
now,
want to give them
they'll
something
just
so they'll suck
fall.
into the black hole. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the code. Can I grab through the mouse? You okay if I have control of this?
Yep.
Okay, so we have, let's go back to where we were. Create new particle. I think I was in the process of getting the scale. Nope, not here.
Oh yeah, we do it in the code. Wait, what is for each?
For each is like a for loop. That's a great question. What is
I do
for
not
each?
remember writing that
Transform,
code.
this goes through all of the children inside of the transform, is what it does. All right, so let's look at this. The scale here, this is not quite what I want. I'm going to change scale here to use the individual scale. What scale vector? Well, I've got the scale vector right there. Hold on a second. Local scale is equal to
Local scale time.
Then I want to say this is equal to I'm going to change it back to a vector is what I'm going to do. And
Oh, and then you're
I'm going
gonna.
to do this X, Y, and Z. So I think Archilemalis, you're going to say that I don't need this either as well. I just noticed that we had problems before and I forget what they are. So to avoid those problems, I did this. Then the scale vector comes in here like this. Let's see if this fixes this. The other thing we need to do on the create particle, I want to create particle right now returns a void, Campbell. Do you know what that means?
It means it returns nothing.
Right. I want it to return the particle we create so we can work with it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in return. I'm going to proceed new particle. I'm going to hit the code rush key right here and choose convert to function. And see what it's going to do in the preview?
Yeah.
So let's do that. So we've got now returning a game object. So now here I can say, let's introduce a local for this.
Locals. I love locals.
Oh wait, this is not the right one. I wanted the other one. So smaller pieces. I'm going to change smaller clones. I'm going to change pieces. I'm going to rename this to clones. Can we do it? What's happening with this? Rename. The smaller clones. Like that. So I don't confuse these two. And then the other call to create particle
Is
right here in the individual, parts of game objects. Here's where I want to create a new local, and this is where I want to attach the new component.
wait, you can declare a local for a method?
Yeah. Wait, what just happened here?
You went
Oh,
right
the
past
inline
declare
method. I
local.
think is what I chose. That's not what I
Yeah.
want. Introduce local, like that. So we're going to call this the part, and now I want it to move. So I'm going to say, what do I have? Add component, and it's a rigid body we want, right?
Yes.
And do we need to set any properties in that?
Let us see.
Uses gravity, I bet, right?
Yeah, use
Oh, but we're turning off uses gravity for this one.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
I think we're good. I think we don't need to do anything. Maybe just add.
Wait, it might automatically set use gravity to true.
Oh, so we'll set it to false. That's a good idea.
Yeah, just in case, because
Let's try it.
could be wrong, but
Okay, so back to the code. Over here, I'm going to declare another local right there, and we're going to call this rigid body. That, and then I'm going to say rigid body dot use gravity is equal to false. Let's see what happens there. Here, by the way, in create particle, we're doing the same thing. Floating behavior. Oh, we're also, look at this. See this?
yeah.
Okay, this needs to be its own method. And we're going to say add black hole. Like that. See it?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to take that. After we've added the rigid body, I'm going to go say add black hole to the part. And it's going to set uses gravity already to false. Right there. It's going to get the rigid body component, set it to false, and then set the black hole property. It's going to add the floating behavior to it as well. That means we don't need this. We don't need to get the result back. Let's try that. See if that works.
Okay.
Ah,
No. And it created multiple capsules.
because it keeps hitting them. The one missile goes through and hits them a bunch of times.
Wait, I want to see what's happening.
You're going to have to slow down to kind of really see it. The scaling fix didn't work. That's interesting to me. Can we go double check that code? I want to go look at the
Oh, did
scaling
we
fix.
not save it?
That would be the best thing in the world.
Huh.
Looks like we're saving. Wait, you're scrolling past the code that does it.
Sorry, I was just double checking, making sure everything's saved.
What are you checking?
Making sure everything's saved. But
You can tell everything's saved by looking across the top and seeing if you see asterisks in any of the file names.
Yeah, but. Oh no, that's not where we were. This is where
Whoop.
we made the changes.
Okay, so let's look at the scale. The scale vector uses the local scale x, y, and z. Local scale is for the game object. No. Okay, I see the problem. I see the problem. It's right in. Let's first see if Ocular Malice is right, and if we can just come in here and pass in child dot game object dot local scale, or dot transform dot local scale.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can do that.
Saved.
Yeah, save it. I saved it. Try running that. We're still not seeing it float up. That's also bizarre. Does that look better? I think that's better.
A little. At least it's not a full capsule now. It's just the buns.
Let's figure out why the rigid body is alone not enough to make it work.
Super weird. It's slightly floating up. Yeah, see?
Yeah, it's like the attaching the behavior isn't working to them. Yeah, look over in the hierarchy. You see all these top bun clones, and they're not also going away as we go behind us. Let's go find out why that's the case. I have an idea on that. Go on cheeseburger. It's got obstacle logic. See that?
Oh, so we need to add that. We need to add
obstacle logic as well.
Oh, because it won't be sucked towards it if it.
Yeah, let's do it in the code. So let's see, where are we adding that? That's happening inside. There's an example of it inside.
Wherever we add the rigid body, we should, right here.
Yeah, right in there is where we want to do it. Add component. Yeah, just duplicate that. Perfect.
Enter.
Change rigid body
To obstacle logic.
What are you changing it to?
Obstacle logic.
Yeah. Good. Save, run. If this works, this will be cool because that means you can add French fries, right? And it's the singing part of the show.
No!
Is it working? No, still not. Let's go back and look at the code.
Did we not know when we saved it?
Create particle.
Wait. Let me just check something. I think there's something we have to add to it. See? Look, we have to add the black hole transform. I'm almost sure that that's the problem. We have to do the get component obstacle logic.
We have to set black hole equal to the same value.
Yeah, equal to black hole.
Okay, so let's do that. Can I do that code? It's going to look like this. We're going to come in here. We're going to declare a new local like that. This is going to be our obstacle logic. And then what are we going to set?
Wait.
And by the way, I think we should come in here in our game object. Right here. We should make a call to get component on obstacle logic here.
And that's black hole.
What'd you say? This is on the block being destroyed. So we get the original. So we're going to get the original one right here. Right? We'll say original.
Obstacle
logic. Like this. And if this doesn't exist, I'm going to just get out of here. Okay, so I just want to make sure that we've hooked that up. We might want to do this. Let's do a debug log. There might be a debug.error. Log error. And in the log error, we're going to say you can only blow up objects. You can only blow up objects.
Oh, so will this say that it's an error?
That yeah, so we'll see it have the obstacle logic script attached. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you, Campbell?
Yes.
Then we're going to get out like that. So we're logging the error so we can see that. So down here, obstacle logic dot black hole is equal to original obstacle logic dot what? What am I going to put here?
Black hole.
Fine. What's my next line of code going to be? It's not creation time. What's the other?
No, it's a
property?
lifespan in seconds, I think.
There's another property I thought we had. There it is.
Lifespan seconds.
Perfect.
And that is equal to 3.
Now let's try and run it.
Oh, yeah, that works.
So we're just taking the original. So that allows us to set it in Unity and it'll still exist beyond. What does lifespan in seconds mean?
It's how long, I don't know.
I don't know if we're using that or not.
No!
Still nothing.
Did we? No, I think we did save.
Do this. Click on one of those clones off to the side there. Click on it. What do we got?
Not the right one.
Not the wall clone, not the wall clone, the cheeseburger clone. Just click on one and then look to the right in the inspector. Wait, just click on one.
I'm trying, but then they get deleted.
Oh, they're getting deleted because we're moving behind them. So we
No,
look
because
quickly.
their lifespan in seconds is off.
Not the track. Click on the cheeseburger. Just cheeseburger. What does it have? Does it have a rigid
Everything's
body?
right.
Uses gravity as no. Mass. Let's go see what the other values are on that. I wonder if you can lock it, if you're going to be fast enough to lock it. Can you lock it?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you.
Can try at least.
I'm wondering if you can. Now, click it and go lock it before we pass it. Quickly. Click it, lock the inspector. Right up at the top right. See the icon, the padlock?
No!
Okay, start the game again. Do it again.
No, I got it. Lock.
Okay, good.
What?
Okay, pause the game next time and let's look at it. But do it after we've got...
Cheeseburger.
Okay, cool. Perfect. That's the way to do it. All right, so it's got the obstacle logic, it's got the black hole, it's got a rigid body.
What's wrong?
It's also got floating behavior with the black hole and cheeseburger. It has everything it should need. Why doesn't it seem to be floating? That's interesting. So I'm looking at floating behavior on my machine, and floating behavior looks like this. It's just basically saying, hey, find the black hole, subtract our current position. That's going to be our gravitational vector. So it should be pulling it there.
I don't know why. It's not doing that.
It's adding the force to it. Let's go back and look at the code on your machine. So at this point, I'm like, wait a second, we looked at those pieces we need, right? Can we go back actually, can you take us back, Campbell, to the Unity and just double check what it takes to make something move and float up into the air there?
Wait, why is only the top bun getting cloned? Cheese and patty are, and bottom bun.
Cheese and patty are not being...
And bottom bun. Oh, wait. Can I do something really quickly? Look, only the top bun isn't going through. Look, that's the top bun. I think that has something to do with it.
Looks like our for each isn't grabbing all the pieces.
Huh.
Let me look at the code one more time. Maybe not transform. Get components in children. Transform. Let's see if that fixes the bun problem. Can we try that?
Wait, look. Look at the hamburgers. They're still almost full. Yeah,
What'd you say?
the hamburgers when they get pulled towards it after we fired the missile at them. They're almost full, or they are full. Look. I really don't know what's happening.
Try it again. Show me what happens when you hit one. And pause it if you want to show me like in a particular frame.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing.
So we hit one and it turns into a bunch of full-size burgers.
And look, it has everything except for the top bun. All of these do. Look, no top bun, no top bun.
So we're destroying the top bun?
No, we're not. We're cloning it. Or we're separating it from that.
Well, I
And
was
it's
thinking we
just
might do
staying
a game
here.
object. The other thing is, why are so many being split block into intervals apart? Let me just see who's calling this right here. Smaller clones on collision enter. And we're still doing this. I want to call individual parts from there. And make this public. So that should fix the multiples going out. Destroy game object is here. I feel like I want to do this. I want to do I want to say I want to do a debug log here and send out the tag. Is what I want to do.
Player.
So I'm going to use an interpolated string here. I'm going to say game object, and then inside of here, I'm going to put the tag. And then what I want to do is tag each individual piece. We're going to say, call this separating, like this. And I want you to name each one. Can you do that? Give me a tag on each one of those individual pieces. Go ahead and stop the game. So top bun gets a tag of
Top bun. Top bun.
that tag.
Bun. Save.
Add another tag while you're here.
Why? What is
Because
it?
we need cheese and
Alright.
patty. I want to do it for all of them while we're here.
Cheese.
We're right about at our ending time. So we'll try this. If it doesn't work, we'll end the show and we'll come back and look at this next week.
Bottom bun.
All right, good. Choose the one you want.
We want this one. Right? How
Yeah.
do I
Is there a
select?
double click on it? Maybe I'm misunderstanding the way tags are working.
Wait. No. We have to go to the top bun. Top bun.
Okay, good.
And cheese.
Perfect.
Cheese. Patty. Patty. Bottom bun. Bun.
All right, save. Run. Look at with the console log up though. I want to see the console log up.
Oh, are we calling this before we add the rigid body to it?
Was the error say there's no?
There is no rigid body on it, basically. So
Okay, hold
I
on.
think
thought
we're
let me-
doing
hold on a
this
second. Let's double
before
check.
we
Captain
add
Mix
the rigid
reference.
body.
Uh,
Add component
on
rigid
the
body.
part. But you totally have the rigid body.
Should we try running it without that?
We can try running it. That error is interesting. I'm not sure why that's happening. Let's try running it and see what happens. I'll get a raid ready for us.
No!
It's doing the same thing as it was doing before.
Wait a minute. Let me just get ready to pause this. No, not the moment I wanted to pause on.
Let's look at, scroll down the
Again,
hierarchy and see what's
look.
in it.
No top bun. Wait, but this one has a top bun, and so does this one, and this one. Is this one? Yeah, top bun. But only this one doesn't.
Are we sure about that? Or could it be that it's just so at an angle? Because everyone I've seen that hasn't had the top button has been at that angle. I'm thinking that just could be a regular one, and the real problem is somewhere else. Let's look at what we got.
No, wait, look. Only one
Separating
top bun this
look.
time.
It says separating top bun, Campbell, but it doesn't say anything else. Oh, look, then we got an error. There's no rigid body attached to it. It's right behind your chair. Can you scroll it up at all? Or move your chair a bit? There's no rigid body attached to the top bun clone game object. But the script's trying to access it.
It's
You
super
probably
low
need to add a
res
rigid
on
body
your screen.
to the game object
On this
top-bun.clone. All right, so let's go look at it again. We're getting this error immediately. This is why we're not seeing any of the other buttons. Does that make sense to you? We're getting
Yeah,
an error,
because
and
it's
like-
saying, oh, this is an error, so we can't do anything else.
And when you click on that error, it takes us to black hole, right? Add black hole.
Oh, wait. I don't know. I didn't
Alt
click
tab to
on
get
it.
back to it. I'm
Yeah,
not going to
this
give you a
is it.
quaternion math class, Pudding. The only thing I know about quaternion math is that if it's 0, 0, 0, there's no rotation. And I don't know what the fourth one is. Okay, so let's look at it. It does take us here. You confirm that?
Yep. Rigid. No. That's not what it takes us to.
Wait, Alt tab. Don't minimize. Alt tab. It's faster to Alt tab.
That's where it takes us.
Yeah, there. Now I get that. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go do this. Let me come back over here.
Yeah, but my hands were already on the mouse, so
Okay.
I think it was faster to do the minimize.
Okay, gotcha. So who's calling black hole? Right here, this call to add component should work. I assume add component goes right into the part. Let's see where else we're doing add component. Coding behavior is there. Yeah. You can see R and 3 Euler angles. Yeah, I don't know.
I really hate to stop, like, when we can't really figure something out.
Wait, say that again? You hate when we can't figure something out?
Yeah, and then we have to stop then.
Oh, I can see what you're saying. Well, we can keep going until Mom comes in, too, if you want.
I don't want her to get mad at us, like, again.
Well, when she comes in, we'll just pretend like we're working on something else.
Yeah.
We'll be like, hey, what do you think about this spreadsheet?
Okay, I'll get a spreadsheet.
She'll be like, are
up.
you still doing the show? We'll be like, uh-oh. Campbell hates cliffhangers. Hold on, your screen's on. You're
Yes,
adding
I'm
it?
aware.
Hold on, we can see your screen in case you don't want that
Yes,
to be
I know.
I'm just kidding, Campbell. We're not going to use deception as a strategy. That's not actually going to work. Can we get back to the code? Let's look at the code a second.
Okay.
Yeah, at that point you
Oopsie.
just stand up and run in a circle. That was my plan. All right, I want to figure this out. Obstacle logic. So the part I don't get is we seem to clearly be adding rigid body to it. Right here.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say if we call get component rigid body right here, right in this location, and check it. We could verify if it was there or not. And we can say, if not null, then we can say debug log adding rigid body worked. Otherwise, we can say
Else.
fail. Let's run that. See what we get. Get ready to pause it because there's probably a lot of messages that are going to go through. So run it. Pause it. Fire that missile. Okay, pause it.
Separating top bun.
Adding rigid there, the body worked.
Separating top bun, there's no rigid body. Huh. Well,
Let's go back and look at the code.
very-
There's something I'm missing. We're losing it at some point.
When do we lose it though? Because we don't have a call to remove component.
Wait, can we go back and look at the code one more time?
We're on the code.
I'm sorry, look at the console log again. Scroll up.
That's as far as
It says separating. Hold on.
separating untagged. That's not supposed to be there.
Hold on. Look.
Are you
No,
untagged?
don't go anywhere. Look. This is super interesting right here. So let's scroll up till we start getting the.
It's separating the cheeseburger.
Or there may be other children that are inside here we don't see. Can component rigid body to cheeseburger clone because such a component is already added to the game object?
Top bun.
Why is it trying to get? It's like the child is returning itself. So anyway, that says it worked, but it really kind of didn't. Separating top bun. No rigid body attached to the top bun clone game object. Yeah. I think it's a problem with our assumption of what's happening in the children inside our for each. Let's do this. Let's go into I'm gonna try this. If the tag is equal to the game object dot tag, look at this line, see if you can figure out what this is gonna do. Right here.
Continue. It's like the opposite of return. And then you're gonna put continue after. Game object.
What do you think? Let's try running it and see what happens. I think the parents transform might be coming back when they get components in children. I'm not entirely sure. Try again. Fire the missile and pause.
Oh, oopsies.
Just pause. All right. What do we got? Separating top bun.
So it is skipping the parent game object.
There's no rigid body atop the top clone object. What's interesting to that is
Wait
separating.
a minute.
Notice, skipping the parent game object. See that?
Wait, Dad. Why is it on missile prototype? Why did we wait a minute?
This is just the console log. It's not associated with missile prototype, I think.
Wait, that was so
Unless
weird.
I'm missing something. I want to go back
Yeah,
in.
look. It is associated with this. I tapped it. And it went. It did
Hold
that
on, let me
one.
see what you're doing. When you click here,
No, if I click this error. We should probably end the show.
okay, you want to end the show? I was just saying, there's something really interesting happening right here. There's something else interesting I noticed. This I'm not sure what's going on with this. Why is that coming up there? Because if you look at the stack here, it's all in game logic. Oh, there it is. Missile behavior on collision enter. All right, so that's all it's doing. That's not a big deal because the missile hit it. That's not a big deal. What we want to do though is, let me just do one thing here. Let's look right up here. Notice it says separating top bun, but it doesn't say adding the
Rigid body.
The rigid body succeeded or failed. Right? We separate.
I was saying we should stop the show.
Hey, we have stopped the show. We're stopping the show right now, kids. Ah!
I'm here
Ah!
from DSS.
Ah! Stopping the show. We don't want to do this show. We don't want to do it.
You said stop the show and Daddy didn't stop the show.
Yeah, I just said just a second. That's all I said. Oh my God, nobody's in trouble.
Which ended up being
Everybody
like,
be okay. Everybody be cool.
Everyone's in trouble.
I'm blinking 3 times if I need help.
Mark Miller.
Oh, got a raid. Okay. Talk to you later. We'll send you over to Instafluff. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, we got to stand up and run in circles.
Was here.
All right. Have fun, everybody, with your day. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Friday.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
KidzCode. Title.